get started with the approval of the minutes. I have read the minutes.
I have also.
Okay, any additions, omissions, or corrections that need to be made?
None from me.
None from me either. I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes as presented.
I will second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, none. Motion carries. Next order of business is the appointment to the Markle Park Board. It is my understanding that Mr. John Gray is interested in that park board appointment. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
I think that's a great fit.
I'd make a motion that we appoint John as the outstanding member.
I'll second that. Any further discussion? No. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion carries. Town correspondence, but I believe we have two. We've been invited for dinner down in Indianapolis, not interested. So we'll move on to the next correspondence is from Trey and Megan Blado, who live on 457 First Street, Markle, Indiana. It's kind of a lengthy letter. I could go through that, but if somebody's here that would like to speak on that behalf, I'd ask they come up here and speak because I am hard of hearing.
That's all right. Good afternoon, I'm Trey.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Trey Widow. I moved up here with my wife Megan, her father, and it's back there in the back, Gary Waldron and Deborah Waldron.
Okay.
They've been around the community forever.
All right. Well, tell me what's going on here with the letter.
So we were given that land back there by Beverly before she passed away, and we've started the building process. We had it surveyed 2 to 3 weeks ago, and at the time it was going off the Wells County setbacks because we're in the Wells County. We didn't know it was for Huntington, so we did the 6 feet mark backs, and there's woods there. I don't know if you've been up to the area. There's a little bit of section of woods there. We're trying to preserve that as best as we can. We don't want to take away from that. So we're trying to, when we got the survey sent off and said, no, that's wrong, setbacks are 25. So if we do the 25 from Hayfleck in the first, we'd end up losing about half to 3/4 of the woods there. So all we're asking now, if it's possible, instead of losing all those woods, we'll just have Hayfleck come straight across from what I believe Mike is suggesting, have Hayfleck come all the way across, and we'll lose or gain back another 20 feet on the other side, since for our lifetimes, possibly no road be built between there and over to the church. That way we get at least 20 feet back from the woods that we're losing already.
So you provided several documents here.
Yes, sir.
One of them was, this was provided by you guys, the code.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it.
Indiana Code 367312.
Just to clarify, Matt, before you get too far into it, originally they're asking for a vacation of that street,
Okay,
which is First Street.
okay. And if you could, why don't you just come up here and show me what you're, just describe it for me visually then.
So
'Cause
visually-
I live right up here.
Okay, so our house, this is our parents' house.
Gotcha.
We live here, this is our lot. The house, we staked it over here in this corner here, and so, because all this is right here, there's woods.
Okay.
So we're just trying to move the house back 20 feet over here to keep the 6 feet easement instead of the 25. We're okay keeping the 25 here, because we also have the 6 feet here. But we're okay, because eventually we're gonna pull the pool back there in the back. But if we can just move 20 feet to the south.
To the south.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that it's like moving that to there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well,
that's-
it's not so much the
Yeah.
property lines, the house itself. We'd still be in within our property and off the 6 feet easement from the road that's here.
Yeah, which was, or this is an extension of First Street, which is.
Correct.
It's
not
never
a-
going
it's not-
to, it's
yeah.
never gonna
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
developed.
Yeah, so to kind of clarify, the original intent of their letter was, this is a 40-foot street.
Right.
We will never improve this section.
Okay.
However, we have utilities back here that we need to have access to.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the original thought was, well, maybe we could just vacate 20 feet of that, keep 20 feet, that would fix that problem. Then I talked to Hartford, and it's a very lengthy process to vacate
Okay.
a street like that.
All right.
So then I called DCD and I said, hey, can we figure this out, so we don't have to go
Sure,
through all of
absolutely.
this?
Yeah.
What DCD has suggested is, originally this is considered a corner lot, which means 25 feet off of Hayflick. It's unimproved, but could be improved someday.
Right.
Yep.
And 25 feet off of First Street.
Right.
I said, well, what if I give you a letter that says, we will never improve this street?
Sure.
but we wanna keep it open for access.
Mhm.
Can this be considered a side and not a front? And she said, absolutely, why don't, we'll just make this 6 feet off then.
Right.
So this is not considered frontage anymore, just a side. So then their plot layout here, we'll put them within those boundaries.
Yeah.
They'll still be outside.
25 feet of that.
Yeah, and then we'll just.
And
we'll
then
just open
6
the
feet with
yeah.
that, yep.
And this line will move down here.
And all that requires is a letter from us as council to make that happen?
Well, she said, we don't really need it, but if you wanna send it, it'd make me feel warm and fuzzy.
I say we send it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
Warm and
And
fuzzy.
they've already made, taken the steps of creating this one big lot, instead of 3.
Yeah.
So that will satisfy DCD.
Mhm. Okay.
So they should be good to go to get
Yeah,
a permit.
I got a letter from our lady that's been working with Wells. We got, says, please return this form as corrected document. Says, this appears to be combining lots. Please make sure this is routed through the proper area plan offices.
Yeah, that would be.
Kim at DCD.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Mhm.
So.
Because we're a unique town being split down the middle,
Yeah,
Wells County, but Huntington DCT controls all of our zoning and all of our setbacks and everything, so that's the office.
Yeah, it threw the surveyors off when they were doing it, and, you know, they're like, no, this is all wrong, they're like, what? So,
So would your address still be, would it be a First Street address or a half?
we've already got the address, the 457 is our address, so that would be the address
Okay,
for the house.
okay.
And you guys are comfortable with what Mike and Kim have proposed? I mean, it's,
Yes.
you're happy with that?
Yes.
We're happy
We don't
with
want the
that.
months long,
So-
because it's already been a year trying to get
Yeah.
it going.
Well, in this situation, this would save you from having to mess with that.
Right,
Okay.
sure, yeah. Saves them a lot of time.
Absolutely.
Saves the county a lot of time.
And I do.
It's a win-win.
And I do agree, we have to put something in writing, at least a letter or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For your president, and it probably would be, I can't give you legal advice, but if you talk to attorney might say it's a good idea to record that.
Mhm.
I don't know, so.
Well, we can, I can send them a copy of what I send DCD, that way they have record of it.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we go ahead and do that.
I will second that motion.
Second motion, any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none?
Our wife's here, do you have any?
I missed all of it, sorry.
I think we're good.
Yeah,
We're good. But, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
All right,
Okay.
great.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Actually, I was talking to someone from Union City, Indiana, which is split between Indiana and Iowa. So his neighbor who lives 100 feet away from him can get a card, a marijuana card. It has a whole different set of laws there. And they want to consolidate. I'm like, how do you exactly do that? Because then your Ohio taxes are going to go where? So they like Indiana. So let's move on.
Oh, and just so you know, we don't require, you're welcome to stay here for the rest of the meeting, but you're not gonna offend us, you know. If you guys wanna go back and get about your life, go say hi to Gunner, tell him
Yeah.
Blake says hi. You're welcome to leave, you're also welcome to stay here and see how we operate.
It gets fun sometimes.
Yeah.
You won't send John after us.
Well, I'm not gonna say that.
All right, let's move on then to the operation.
Thank you.
Repairs are made at the wastewater treatment plant, we did get that repaired. It's about $18,000 in damage that had to be repaired. I don't know if we wanna file an insurance claim for that. What I would like to do is hold off. I did submit this to the county for potential reimbursement through the state because this happened during a declared emergency.
Oh, okay.
And it was a direct result of the cold temperatures that was causing the icing and caused the damage to actually happen. I don't know if we will get reimbursed for any of that, but I think it's worth a shot.
Absolutely.
I think that's the best step also because should file an insurance claim, that's going to affect rates and stuff.
Absolutely.
So let's go with that first.
Yeah, so I already submitted all the paperwork, and it's a very lengthy process. We're talking about the federal government here, so nothing's gonna move
Yeah,
right.
yeah. You ever been called the IRS? I've been over 6 hours.
Yeah. So.
That was Matt Doss. Address 510 East Hagley Street.
So those repairs have been made. While it was down, we had to pump it down, we did the line that feeds it, without getting into it too much. The line that feeds that clarifier is actually frozen solid right now. So we pumped water into it to try and get it to thaw out some. It's still operational, it's just not in operation until we get that line thawed out, so. Concrete work on Lee Street started back up again today. They did get all of the sidewalks poured that were left, needed to be done. There's one section at the intersection of Lee and Logan that's not done. That's where they need to make the final connection of the water main. Once they do that, we were waiting on a pole to be moved. That pole got moved. They'll come back in, make the connection, they won't pour that. All the concrete work will be done. Now, there is a lot of yard work that needs to be fixed, so I hope, so people understand, we're not gonna leave your yard a mess. We just can't do that kind of work right now, because that would be mud. So, we'll come back and do the dirt work, and then once all of the water main is installed on Spark Street and they start that asphalt, we will finish the asphalt on Lee Street. We're optimistic that this will go much quicker than Lee Street did. We've actually excavated Spark Street before, so we know what's there. We don't think we're gonna run into those issues, so God willing, we'll be fine.
I think, as far as like, just continue to keep communication up with the people who are affected, so I think that's the easiest way to.
Yeah, and we tried to put stuff out on social media and things like that, and
I've seen it.
And then we even, I go so far as to put flyers on people's doors on the streets affected when we start to do work, so they're aware of what's going on there as well. So that's that. I'm sure you've seen that the bridge closures are gonna happen April 1st, and those bridges will be closed probably through November. Hopefully not that long, but again, that's worst case scenario according to NDOT. I've had conversations with the company doing the work. They've already started the tree work. They're gonna do the best they can as quick as they can, but again, it's gonna be closed all summer. We're just gonna work around it. We are still gonna have our concerts in the park, 4th of July. All of the events that we would normally have there are still gonna happen. The only change will be the pool will be closed. The park board did make that decision. They knew they were taking a hit financially, so they decided this might be the year to go ahead and just leave it closed and make improvements to the pool house.
Yeah, I think a couple things that people, I mean, I know you guys in this room understand this, but a lot of people think that that Markle Fishing Game Club Park is a Markle property, and it's not, it's a nonprofit. And so, but we support it in as much as, that's a major draw to Markle. I mean, it was when I was a kid living in Fort Wayne. But with the bridge closed and really cutting off access directly from I-69, now you have to go back around and do workarounds to get there. That's going to impact the dollars that go into the pool. And the rest of the park doesn't really make dollars. That pool does, but if that doesn't get open, how are you going to pay the employees that go to work there? And I just think it was from the outside, and I'm not part of that board, but from the outside, it was a sound fiscal choice in my opinion. So I think people have to understand that. Well, just because the park's open, should the pool be open? Well, this is an opportunity for them to get that work done, but it's also they had to look at what the ROI is for trying to keep it open. They would lose money.
Sure. And that pool house was built in the mid-50s, and it still has the same electrical, same plumbing since that time. So they're going to use this opportunity to make those upgrades now. So I think that it was a smart decision. So
I do too.
Outside of that, that's all I have. Unless you have questions.
Anything for Mike? All right, we'll move on then to town marshal report.
Mine's easier than his. You got my report, and that's all I have for you this morning.
Any questions for John?
No.
None from me. HQ report, I mean, although I don't have a direct report on HQ, I do want to talk about economic development for a second. I had an opportunity of meeting with Lori Goss-Reeves, she represents Grant County. She is pushing a bill that I'm working with some other people in Grant County to earmark some economic development dollars that normally would just kind of go on a big pool, but to earmark a certain amount to go to cities a certain size as an amendment to that. So I don't know how far we'll go with that. It hasn't gotten a hearing yet. I did volunteer to go and participate in that hearing if that happens. I don't have anything else on HQ. I'll move on to Region 3A. Nothing really but we're still moving forward with the owner-occupied rehabilitation program. We'll move on to limited public comments and questions. I'll open it up before I say anything. Okay.
I just wanted to tack on to the bridge discussion just a little bit. People need to understand this was not a town of Markle decision to close the bridge and redo the bridge. It was an NDOT decision, and I've been getting just exhaustive calls, and why are you doing it this time? Why aren't you doing the other bridge first? I listen, Mike went and spoke with them and pleaded with them to reverse the order. But because of the type of equipment that it's going to take to do the tall bridge, they can't do that one until the northern bridge is done. So it's not like we haven't tried. Mike has worked exhaustively trying to get these dates moved. It's out of our hands. So I just want the public to understand, number one, this was not a Markle decision. This was an NDOT decision. Number two, Mike worked his tail off trying to make accommodations and get them to change schedules so that we can still have as much access to the park for the summer as we could. And it just was not possible. So I just want to put that on public record.
And the mechanisms were already in place, because I even talked to some legislators and say, hey, listen, can we at least get a footpath?
Yeah.
Because the Markle people can walk there, people can park up there. It's a little bit further walk, but the mechanisms are already in place. That engine's already down that road, so they're already going that path. So it's just, it'll just be that kind of year, and then next year so that's what it'll be. Anything else on that?
No.
I do want to mention that that the Huntington County side of Markle does have a new state senator, that he was elected through caucus, and I think it's Nick McKinley. He is a former police officer, and he's a current member of the city council for Marion, Indiana. And I will be having lunch with him sometime next month when he gets done with session, which is over in about a week and a half. Old business, hearing none, moving on. Clerk treasurer report.
All right. I had 70 vouchers in general for $254,472.82. 15 in water for $21,660.51. 12 in wastewater, $43,400. I think that's supposed to be $438.46. I had a typo, so sorry. For a total of 97 vouchers, $319,514.79. We had 2 leak adjustments. The parsonage at the Methodist church down here, they had a toilet leaking, and then we had a resident with a broken pipe. Both of those are eligible for adjustments, and I'm sure they would appreciate that. The only other thing I have is the Indiana League of Municipal Clerk Treasurers. We have our Institute and Academy coming up in March. It's in Plainfield from March 9th through the 12th, and I would like to attend that if you guys are okay with that.
Absolutely.
All right, that's all I have.
I will, I don't have any questions. You have any? I'll make a motion that we, as vouchers, accept the reports, accept the town, and approve the town Markle leak adjustments, and also pay for the further attendant class.
I will second that motion.
That was a lengthy one.
That was easy for you to say.
No, if there's no further discussion, then let's move to all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, none. Motion carries, and then that means we are